Of course, now, there's so many MMA promotions in the world. They start up, they do a few cards, they fold, some last a bit longer. What does it mean to be the second longest promotion outside of UFC right now in North America, Mark?
Well, listen, when corporate sponsor people, that's a problem in our society now with MMA. You see so many shows come and go. They promise a lot of big things. They promise the sun, the moon, the sky. They don't deliver. And that's the key to what we do. I mean, our show is a staple of longevity. That's why people like Mark Cuban do business with us. We're the longest running show on his network, Access TV, as well. That's why we sign deals with PSN and the Fight Network, because people understand that we're a credible company, and we always have been. We run it with a very high level of respectability. And like other promotions, they're almost like used car salesmen. They're here today, gone tomorrow.
True, it is true. I mean, like a great example, Elite XC, they're around for a little bit, now they're gone. I mean, you've outlasted, like I said, everybody else, and that's something to really hang your hat on, Mark.
But that's, and I agree with you, and that's nice to say, but at the same time as, I just don't want to be the biggest show in Canada. I want to be the second biggest show in the world. And I think that's just a matter of time before that's going to take place. And you know what it is? Because these other shows come in and all of a sudden people think, oh, they're the biggest show, or they're the second biggest show, or the third biggest show. That's not true, right? I mean, they're going to be here today and gone tomorrow. I mean, that's there's a lot of those shows right now that people might deem to be the number 2 show in the world or the number 3 show in the world. You know what all that is a lot of people dumping a lot of money into it, but those shows aren't making any real money.
It's a very valid point in that, Mark. I know with the promotion right now, with MFC 40, the 6 cards on the table for May 9th, I know one thing that's really cool is you have the Punch a Ballot event going on, where fans can select what the main event will be. Why do you guys want to bring that back, letting the fans choose their main event?
I want the fans to choose everything. We're that true MMA organization. When I say the fans are everything to us, we really mean it. It's not just something that we just say, nonchalantly. And we continually prove that by doing Punching the Vote, by letting the fans decide. We want the fans to decide everything, right? We let the fans decide if we think, listen, I love being in a ring, but if the fans said to me tomorrow, we did a vote and they said, Mark, we want you to be in a cage, I would switch to a cage. Even though I hate it, I would do it for the fans. But the fans have always said, Mark, we like the ring. We love it. We can see better at live events. So that's why I kept it all these years.
At the end of the day, Mark, it is the fans that you do want to please, no matter what card you try and put on.
Correct.
Exactly. And then now with this card, right, there's some great matchups. Middleweight champion Sam Alvey, he's taking on Wes Wilford. I mean, these are 2 guys who are 2 knockout artists. In your mind, Mark, did this fight go past the first round?
Well, it might go into the second or third round, but I don't think it'll make all 5. I would bet a lot of money on that. They just both, listen, Sam's never been knocked out before, but and Swafford knocks people out all the time, and so does Sam. I just don't see anybody, going the distance in this at all. I just don't see it happening.
Sam Alvey, he's a guy, he's really found a niche in MFC. He's a guy, 13 knockouts. He's a guy who's becoming a big fan favorite in your promotion, I see.
Correct. Yeah, I mean, Sam's just an awesome guy to deal with. Comes from a great family, and he's a big Maximum Fighting flag waver, just like Anthony Burchak is. Just like all the top tier guys in the Maximum Fighting Championship have bought into our organization.
Of course, I know one thing with you, you're a guy, you always talk about you love knockouts. You don't want matches to judges' decisions. How important is it to make sure you bring in guys that can always finish a match in your mind when you want to recruit guys to fight for your promotion? Make sure that guys can come in and have fights that entertain your fans.
Well, you know what? I don't mind if there's a 3-round war going on either, right? But it's like most of the fights that going that distance sometimes that's not the case necessarily. So, like I said, for our organization, we've always been known for having a lot of finishers.
That is true. Going from knockout artists, the guys who are submission specialists, Kevin Kroom, Anthony Burchak. Kevin Kroom, he's won 9 fights in a row. Take out Anthony Burchak. I mean, to win 9 fights in a row, that really does deserve a title fight in his debut. That's a very cool opportunity for him.
Yeah. It is a cool opportunity. I'm really excited about doing it.
That's the one thing. Not many guys in any promotion would get a chance to fight for a title in their first match. I mean, has anyone questioned that? Giving him a title fight in his first match. Have you faced anyone saying he shouldn't have done that, even though he has won 9 fights in a row, Mark?
Yeah, listen. That's why we signed Kroom. I mean, I mean, he's crazy. I don't know if you've ever YouTubed that guy, but you should go YouTube him and find out. I mean, he's a nut bar, right?
I've seen a little bit of him. He is. And of course, now both
he's totally crazy. And then you put someone like that with Burchak, and you're going to get a great fight.
No, of course. And of course, the great thing is that, one of these guys has to win. It's even better when you know that someone's win streak in a fight like this will be on the line.
No, I agree. Like I said, that's the fight I think, between me and you. I'm not sure who's going to be the main event. And, I think fan-wise, it could be Avry and Swafford or Burchak and Crew.
Well, the last title fight we have here, Kurt Southern and Tom Galicki, or a rematch. I mean, even better than having guys who are on win streaks fighting are two guys who have fought before. Rivalries in any promotion, in a sport, that's something that you can have to appeal to fans, because when you got guys fighting a second time, a third time, that just draws attention to any fight, does it not?
Oh, I agree. I think there's going to be a ton of tension in this fight, and I know Southern's gone and trained with who's he gone and trained with? Uriah Faber and those guys. And
that's right.
Team Alpha Male. He went to go train with them to get ready for this fight. I think that's the first time he's ever left his home area to get ready for a fight. So he's taking it quite seriously.
As he should be. I know, Mark, I want to wrap up with you. I know Victor Valimaki, he's a guy, if people who know mixed martial arts, he's been around for a long time. He was at MFC 1 back in the day. To bring him back now, I know he was supposed to fight on MFC 3-9. He got hurt. But to have him now back, what does it mean to have back an original fighter in your promotion? That must be a really great feeling to have him.
The funny part is, too, I think that people don't realize that Victor's still a pretty young guy. I mean, he's like 31 or 32 years old. I mean, he's been around for so long, you think, oh, he's much older, but he's not. I still think we have the best to come from him. I really do. There's no question the immense amount of talent he has. Everybody knows he's got so much talent. And we're going to see it shine on May 9th. We're really excited about having him back. And, I saw him the other day. He looked fantastic. He looked awesome. And like I said, nothing would surprise me with him. I think that people really need to take notice of him.
Nice, that's great, Mike. I know, last question I want to ask you here. I know you've been a promotion, you've had fights all throughout Canada, you've had fights all over Alberta. You mentioned in January that you do want to expand to being in America. You do want to have fights in Las Vegas. What was the motivation to try and now expand into America?
Well, I just think that a lot of these shows in the States, I could care less for them. I never watch any of them. And I just want to drop the hammer and show everybody what level our organization's on. And once they see it, they'll understand that a lot of the illusion that they show people is not so true.
No, it's true. Well, Mark, it's been a blast talking to you, man. Hopefully, if I can come down for the card, I would love to come down and tell you some more on May 9th, Mark.
Awesome, man. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
No problem, Mark. Talk to you soon.
Take care. Bye-bye.